When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Clean energy!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Clean energy!
When do we want it?
Now!
Woo! Woo!
My name is Kyla Williams and I'm a volunteer with Healthy Connecticut Alliance. Healthy Connecticut Alliance is a concerned group of Bridgeport and Connecticut residents who are pushing for the retirement of the Bridgeport Harbor Station, this 60-year-old fire coal plant that still operates at the south end of Bridgeport. We believe that Bridgeport families deserve a healthy place to live, work, play, and go to school. As many of you might know, burning coal is by far the dirtiest way to create electricity. It releases soot, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, mercury, and other pollutants that contribute to stroke, heart disease, respiratory diseases, and cancer. In 2012, the state of Connecticut released research which suggests that children in Bridgeport are 10 times more likely to die of an asthma attack than elsewhere in the state. For Bridgeport seniors, asthma is 3 times more likely to be the cause of death elsewhere in the state.
Yes.
For this pollution impact, the national NAACP named Bridgeport coal plant the top 10 worst environmental justice offenders in the country. Our first speaker is Diane Lentakis. Diane is a member of Connecticut Sierra Club's Executive Committee and Conservation Committee. She is also a member of 350CT Steering Committee. Diane represents both organizations in Healthy Connecticut Alliance. Diane?
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Bridgeport Harbor Station's coal-fired power plant was built in the 1960s. It is a peaking plant, which means that it operates during periods of peak demand. Cold winter days and warm, very hot summer days. According to the State Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, Unit 3 can generate up to 410 megawatts of electricity. In 2014, the plant emitted 1 million tons of carbon dioxide, about 2 million pounds of sulfur dioxide, and more than 1 million pounds of nitrogen oxides. Not only does this coal-fired power plant pollute the air, it substantially degrades the quality of the water in Bridgeport Harbor. Coal generates 44% of our electricity and is the biggest air polluter in the U.S. According to Physicians for Social Responsibility, quote, coal pollutants affect all major body organ systems and contribute to 4 of the 5 leading causes of death in the U.S. As mentioned before, these include heart disease, cancer, stroke, and chronic lower respiratory diseases such as asthma. The American Lung Association awarded Fairfield County a failing grade for air quality, and this was based upon soot, smog, and ozone emitted from Bridgeport Harbor Station. Children in Bridgeport, as also mentioned before, are 10 times more likely to die from an asthma attack than children from other parts of Connecticut. As many of us know, the Bridgeport Harbor Station is located in the south end, which is right where we stand today. A neighborhood with people populated with people of lower income and people of color. How unfair is that and unjust? I call this environmental injustice. Several years ago, the Healthy Connecticut Alliance, or HCA, was founded in Bridgeport. It consists of various environmental organizations, an environmental justice organization, and community leaders. We want to ensure the retirement of Bridgeport Harbor Station in the near future, work with the community to foster economic development of the harborfront property, and ensure a just transition for the workers. I cannot stress enough that we need community involvement to make this happen. participation in a proposed future environmental task force would be one of the ways for Bridgeport residents to express their concerns and partake in the city's green transition.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We're not done. We're not done, sorry.
Thank you, Diane. Our next speaker is Elaine Thompson-Ward. Thompson-Ward. Elaine, the longtime activist and community leader. She serves the minister at Calvary Temple Christian Center, works for CT Coalition of Environmental Justice, and is going to speak about how the pollution of the coal plant has affected her. Please welcome Elaine.
Yes.
Guys, you've already heard all the statistics, so I don't have to come out and give you more statistics because you've already heard them from other speakers. Our purpose here today is to retire this coal plant that's causing so much. My God, it's just, the air is polluted behind it. The children are trying to breathe behind so much soot that's in the air here. I work at the school systems, my other little job, but I see so many kids there that suffer from asthma. In order for them to go and have gym, they have to go and take a pump from the nurse so that they can have gym. Me, myself, I am one of those persons, elderly persons, that deal with trying to breathe in this air. I know so many people that deal with this. I know people that have died from this disease and it's killing us. We need to start taking advantage and get behind us, those of us that are out trying to retire this coal plant. I know that you can see it in the background. I know when you walk down, ride down 95 that you can see this red and white smokestack here that's polluting our air, and we are tired of it. Let's hear the chant, people. We're trying to close this down. We have congressmen, we have council people that are behind us. We had the senator last week that was at our program about coal ash. We are tired of this. We have council people that are with us. We need the people of Bridgeport and the surrounding areas to be with us in closing this down. We're just down here today and seeing how they're shipping in the coal that's coming down the railroad track over here. Something needs to be done, and we're trying to do it now.
Thank you, Elaine. Our last speaker is Cruz, a community leader and volunteer with Healthy Connecticut Alliance. Jorge?
Thank you. My name is George Cruz. I'm a Bridgeport resident. The reason I am here also, and I align myself with this group because of the fact that I am basically tired of sitting on the sidelines and allow the criminality that's happening in our city. And that is that this plant here is committing a crime right before our eyes. And a lot of our Bridgeport residents are not aware that this coal ash is coming out of these smokestacks over here.
Exactly.
It's really killing our people and also our marine life.
Yes.
Our way of life here in Bridgeport is being affected by this plant,
yes,
and it needs to stop. And we need to ask our city leaders to wake up and rise up and get together,
yes,
and close this plant down. And we're not going to be settled until every brick from that smokestack comes out of there,
yes,
so that way we can breathe some fresh air. Yes. And in the meantime, this is what we're planning on doing in the Connecticut Health Alliance. Today, we would like to announce that community volunteers will begin an initiative to educate our neighbors in the South and East End about the health and environmental effects of living near a coal plant. We will be speaking with our neighbors in front of grocery stores, on the sidewalks, at community events, and at people's doorsteps. During these conversations, ladies and gentlemen, we will be asking people to complete a survey that we have created. The survey explores residents' opinion on the coal plant, health problems that exist in the household that may be linked to pollution related to burning coal, and residents' thoughts about redevelopment of the harborfront property and also the South End, which is being neglected for many years.
Yes.
The survey asks questions that are meant to get people thinking. We want to talk to people about the extremely high asthma rates in this city. We want to hear from folks whose windows or streets are dirty from coal dust that travels from the uncovered mountains of coal sitting on the plant property. As you also well saw, the train that rolled by with coal, bringing more so they can continue to kill us. We want to hear their ideas and opinions on redevelopment of this land. Then we want them to join us in calling for the retirement of the Bridgeport Harbor Station. We have a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen, to go before we can breathe easy and be assured that the air we inhale in Bridgeport is clean. We will not stop until that is done. The survey and this initiative allows us to start that conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jorge. That concludes our press conference. Thank you all that attended today. Today we begin to stitch together a community of people that believe that we deserve a healthy place to live. Each conversation that we have will be a part of a larger mission to connect our community together, collectively call out the environmental injustice that exists in the gates right behind me. I would like to end this press conference with a quote by Howard Zinn. It goes, "There is a power that can be created of pent-up indignation, courage, and inspiration of common cause. And that is people put their minds and bodies to that cause, that they can win."
That's right.
It's a phenomenon reported again and against the history of popular movements against all justice all over the world. Once again, thank you.
My question is, are there schools in this area?
Yes.
And what is the school system teaching about the subject?
There
As
is
far as
no
I know,
teaching.
there are
Could
many
you-
schools and there is
Get
no
in the
teaching.
camera.
Yeah, there is no teaching on it.
How many
In the
schools
school.
in total? There are many schools around as far as I know.
There's 2 elementary schools right down the street.
The elementary, actually there's one, but you have daycare centers that's throughout this area here. And the kids are not taught about this in school. I'm in the school system, so I know.
What's our goal?
No more coal!
What's our goal?
No more coal!